Hi, it's Kathy from Raven Vintage. Welcome back to 100 Days of Envelope Ideas. We're doing the 100-day project. I know Easter is over, but I have this bunny left over from the bunny journals I just did on the weekend, and I thought we could put this little template to use one more time. So you can do this idea with any shape. It doesn't have to be a bunny. It could even just be a geometric shape, a circle or rectangle or whatever you like. Or even, you know, something abstract, like make a swoosh or something. That's fine. The idea is the same, but we're just, as you guessed, we're just going to do a cutout frame with something underneath, similar to what I did for the bunny journals. If you saw that video, it's just this happens to be acetate, and this one I'm not going to add acetate to it, but there's this one had vintage wallpaper behind it, and yeah. So let me just start by saying my envelope, I think, is 5 by 7. Let me just double check. Yes, 5 by 7. And just make sure your cutout fits and looks like it, whatever size you want, but just so that you've got some space all around it. So you can use a craft knife and cut that out. I found it just as quick just to use some scissors, so I just poked a hole through and just made myself an area until I could comfortably move my scissors around. Now I want to be careful I'm not cutting into this part of the envelope, so I'm just going to keep my hand inside like that. Okay, there. So we have our cutout, and then just decide which papers you want to be on the outside and which ones you want to be on the inside. And I have selected this lovely blue. So I'm just going to make sure that it fits inside, and I basically want to just do a full square here, or rectangle, like just fill the envelope. Oh, this will be a cute one. Nothing technical here, just cute. Just cute. Okay, so this is what I have selected for my inside for my bunny. There we go. Okay, so I think that's very pretty. Let me just move my book. We're losing some daylight here. Keep those scraps. Now I can just go on the outside with this exact paper. Actually, I think would be kind of cute already. So this is just simply one way you can do that is just hold that up to the light and trace or figure out where your bunny goes. Let me just take this out for a second. So if I line this up to the bottom and match my corners, like here, I'm lining this up corner to corner. And if I hold that up to the light, to the window, I can see where to trace this bunny. So I'm going to go to a window and trace around. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've traced that. I held it up against a window to get some light behind me so that I could trace the bunny. So I'm just going to do the same thing now. I'm going to cut the bunny out so that, and I'm going to keep the this space. Okay, so there we've got our cutout to go around. So we'll get that glued down, and then we'll trim the edges. Still do a little protection work here. There. Okay, let's get this glued on where it goes. That looks good. And I think it would be really cute too if we ink the edge of this, the inside edge of this bunny. Let's trim this off so it's not throwing anybody off in the video. I know sometimes it's hard to understand what's going on because you can't see front and the back. There we go. Yeah, let's just give it a little bit of ink. Oh, it's not too dark. I can put my light on. I just really don't like the overhead light. I'm not concerned about getting ink on the paper behind because it's going to be covered up, obviously. Okay, I'm sure there's other ways to trace that and cut that out. Maybe you could do both papers at the same time. I'm sure there are, but that's just what I've done, using the window, the light from the window to help me see through there. And like I said, I know Easter is over. See, that's just really pretty. Looks almost like a sky and mountain range. Isn't that nice? I really like that. There. That. Now when you want to slide something into the envelope, that shouldn't interfere. Okay, so something for the inside. Thank you for joining me for day 60. I'm going to lay something on there so that my buttons adhere to the flowers. A little here if I can. So hopefully, I'm sure it'll be fine. But my buttons just need to dry and my flowers need to dry. So I'm just going to set something on those to help them set. Oops, sorry about the shaking. Lay something on there for now. And I will see you on day 61. Take care. Bye.